Hello, everyone. I am just a little bit early today. I'm Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, and we're going to create 3 projects today. If you're here and you see me and the sound is okay, will you just say hello? And maybe I'll see it on the comments here. So it's a cold day here in Southwest Missouri. Gonna get colder tonight and tomorrow, I think. If you saw my post on my Facebook page, we got it's about an inch of snow from what I can tell on the porch, and it really is beautiful. And I was able to walk out to the mailbox, put my mail in. Hey, Pam, and hi, Cindy. Okay, thank you. So it was just beautiful, where it's untouched. I'll have to post this picture later, but I took a picture of my little bridge that connects the cabin to my studio. Thank you, Kathy. And I said, Jackie, that some little animal has been walking on the on the little bridge there, and he goes, I gotta go see. And so he goes, oh, it's a cat. So that made me feel a little better because we have cats all over that run around in the woods. And so anyway, hi, Karen. So anyway, I'm going to get started because I have 3 projects to share today and some information to go over with you first. So come on in, say hello. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. And let me get it on my desktop. Here we go. Okay, so today I am featuring the Leaves of Holly bundle. And this is a pretty ornate bundle. It's beautiful. These leaves are gorgeous. But if you're like me, and I mean, I understand completely, we're getting to that time of the year where if we need to make Christmas cards or projects, we need something that we can put together in one sitting. Uh, can anybody relate to that? I can. And so anyway, my goal here is to share some projects with you that aren't difficult to put together and that you can use the design or the layout with whatever stamp set that you have. Okay. So uh, let me go over what's going on today with Stampin' Up. First of all, let's talk about this. I'm having a free project kit with a qualifying order from today through Friday, which this is the same dates of the seasonal sale that I'll go over in just a minute from Stampin' Up, with lots of things discounted in the annual catalog. Okay, so for these 3 kits, okay, you would place an order over $35. Okay, that's the minimum. And I'd send you these 3 packs to make these 3 projects. Now, it doesn't include stamped images because that's against Stampin' Up policy. I'm not including embellishments because I use 3 different ones or 2 different ones. No, 3. And so, but it does include the ribbon, the cut cardstock, the die cuts where applicable, the ribbon, did I already say that? And that you can use these to create your projects. Now, to create them just as seen here, you would need the bundle, the Leaves of Holly bundle, okay? But you could also take these kits and use your own sentiments. The card base and the layers are still there, and just make it your own, okay? So if you have questions about that, let me know. Now on to, in this, just like with this other host code, you need to use this host code if you want the kits. That's how I'm going to know that you want the kits, okay? All right, so here for the seasonal sale, you also can use my host code, okay? And it's from today through Friday, 4 days only, from the annual catalog. And you can see the discounts: 10% off punches, 15% off all stamps except for the host stamp sets, 20% off all the dies, 20% off all the embossing folders, and 20% off all the non-specialty designer series paper. Now, somebody asked me what non-specialty designer series paper is. It is all those paper packs in the annual catalog that do not have foil or glitter or anything fancy like that. Okay, so I printed out the list and it's very lengthy here, but you know, you can see here they're listed here, and I do have the link to this on my blog, so you can check that out. But if you go to the online store and click on seasonal sale, it's going to take you to the page with all the discounted items so that it's easy for you to shop. Okay, let's get started. So first, I'm going to get my cardstock pieces, and we're starting with a base of shaded spruce cut 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. And I'm going to do some background stamping on this, so we're going to do that first. Move this out of the way. So this stamp set has 2 sizes of that big holly leaf. And so I say big because they're both rather large, but this one is the largest one. And I'm using that on this particular card. So a lot of times, you know, you may think, okay, I don't have the designer paper to put there. So you can make your own background. And so I'm inking up in shaded spruce. Okay, I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper so that I don't get ink all over. And I'm going to put one leaf here. Just shaded spruce on shaded spruce, and you see how that shows up nicely. And then one going this way. Then I'm going to come down to the bottom and do the same thing. So this one, the leaf may go a little off the card base front, and that is perfectly fine. And then I'm going to do it one more time. And stamp. Okay, so now we have that done. Let's go ahead and do some other stamping. I'm going to move, well, I may need that ink again, but I'm going to close it anyway. Okay, I have real red ink, and I have a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. Okay, and I'm going to stamp the inside sentiment, and it says, "To friends near and far." And I'm just going to stamp it at the top and leave it simple, simple like that. I'm going to leave that open because I have this die cut piece from the set, okay? And I cut the basic white 3 by 4 before I die cut this in my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And now I'm just getting out what I like to call the kibbles and bits. Let me see if I can make it a little quicker here. I don't like to use the die brush on this one because it's so delicate. The leaves. Let me show you up close. Okay. I see the video on my end is dragging a little bit. I'm not sure if that is for you. Okay, so this would come in your project pack just like this, die cut like this. And I'm going to stamp Season's Greetings right in the center. I should have my foam mat underneath this, but I'll do it in a minute. I'm going to press really good and then pull up. Okay, so there's Season's Greetings. And then I have a piece of this is called the Boughs of Holly Designer Series paper. And it's cut 2 by 4 1/4, and it has those beautiful colors in it. And we'll start going ahead and applying these down. And I'm going to do it right here in the center where it covers this area. Okay, so you can put it wherever you'd like, whatever is pretty to your eye. And I'm thinking it's going to be in the middle there. Okay, so let's go ahead and apply that. And I think I'm going to turn this, like it like that. There's not really a directionality on this designer paper, but you can see what side you think looks better going up. All right, so we have that. I'm going to go ahead and put the inside in. This basic white stamped layer on the inside of the card. And then that's ready to go. So you see how simply this is going together. And if you don't have this die, if you're trying to recreate this style or this layout on your own, you could cut a strip of basic white and just glue it, stamp your sentiment, and put it on, okay? So I'm going to take this, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do my little sparkle here. I took my Wink of Stella brush, and I'm just brushing it over the leaves. I thought this white would look real pretty against all that shaded spruce background. And the Wink of Stella, which I've ignored her lately. I haven't been using her, and she is, I say she, because she's Stella, right? But she makes it so easy to make your card just pop and add a pretty accent with very little effort. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this on. I'm doing little dots on these leaves, trying to spread it out. On this little delicate frame, I'm trying to put just a tad so it will catch on the designer paper that it'll be underneath, okay? All right, here we go. Let's just put that in the center here, centering it top to bottom. And you have to kind of center the center label because it wants to wiggle a bit, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and put that down. Now, I wanted to try something to make this really easy. So I've got my bow punch, okay, from the annual catalog. This is on sale today, okay, or through Friday. It's a great punch to have. And I'm going to punch out that little berry stem. And then I'm going to get another piece of, no, I'm going to use the same one. I'm going to get my paper snips, my scissors, and I'm going to cut off these little berry, or whatever they are. They could be flowers, they could be berries. Okay, and those are going to be, where'd the other one go? There it is. Those are going to be my holly berries. Okay, I'm just going to take my snips and kind of cut and just kind of make them round. They're tiny, but it's an easy way to do it. Okay, I'm going to try not to cut this one so tiny. And they don't have to be perfectly round, y'all. You're going to get the effect in an easy way. Okay, there are my three little punches. So now I'm going to put a little bit of glue and spread it out on my sheet here, okay? And I'm going to take your pick tool, close this pointed end, and use this putty end. I might need a refill soon. Okay, I'm going to take this little one, dab it in the glue, and come over here and place it by my leaves. Okay, let's get the other one, dab it in the glue, And we want to make like a little cluster of 3, okay? Okay, there we go. So there are our little 3 holly berries. I'm going to separate it a little bit. I kind of went on top of that other one. And then I'm going to paint over those too. Make them a little darker and give them a little sparkle. Okay, so there is our first card. All right, simple, easy to put together. A little tip about using your punches. You know, what I did is I went through all my punches. I thought, what could I use to make a holly berry? And found that, and I thought that will work. Okay, so there's that card, and now let me get set up for the next one. All right, I'm going to set these aside and get my next container. Okay, I'm going to need the red ink and my glue dots. I made myself a note, so I have the red ink. And I need my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And the smaller leaf. We're using the smaller leaf. Thank you, Pam. And I have Evening Evergreen ink. And here's the card. I mean, look at the background on that. I mean, and that's just with the leaf stamp, okay? Let's get to it. I don't know if I cut out my inside on this one, but that's okay. All right, so I have 4 1/4 by 11 again. Thank you, Karen. And I'm going to stamp my background first. So made myself some notes there. And I'm going to get the small leaf and the real red ink. Another sheet of scrap paper. And we're going to stamp the smaller leaf just randomly around the background. Now we're going to have layers here in the center, so I don't really have to cover that all up, okay? So let's just get going. I think I need to do this so I can stamp like I want to. Okay, I'm going to come here. And then I kind of switch around so they're not all going the same way. Oop, that didn't catch too well. Let me press that again. Okay. So I'm going to go all the way around the edges, just kind of changing the position of the stamp as I go. Don't really need to pay attention to the center there because I'll have some layers there covering it up. And let's see, I'm going to come like this. Okay, then after I do a stamped background like that, I come around and I see where there are some spaces. And then I just do a partial stamp like this to fill it in. It makes a difference, I think. And if you overlap, it's okay. Okay, let's see. Let's do this. And right there. Okay. Oh, I see a little place on the bottom. It's really noticeable if you leave a place out. Okay. All right. That's going to be good. And I need to clean this stamp because I'm going to use it again. Okay. let's see what I need now. I'm going to go ahead and do some more red stamping since I have that red pad out. So one of the layers is going to be a 3x4 piece that's going to hold our stamping for the center. And so I put a note here to remember to tell you to stamp your sentiment first up at the top so that you know how much room and where to position your leaves, okay? Because this is one where you're stamping your image directly on the layer that has your sentiment directly on the layer that has the main image, okay? So this says Christmas Wishes, and I'm going to ink it up in the red. And I'm going to come up here and stamp it on top. Okay, that's done. All right, now, next, since I have my red open, in the kit there's this small piece of basic white, and it is about 2x2. It's just a scrap piece, and that's what you use to stamp these berries. And this is the only die cut piece that will not be die cut because you have to stamp first and then die cut it. Okay, so stamping that there. Got a mess here. Let's wipe that off. And then let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and do my inside piece. So let me see if I can find. So I'm going to cut a piece of basic white at 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside of the card. Okay, so here that is. And let's see what I want to put on the inside. From our home to yours would be great. That looked a little crooked, so let's remount that. Don't you love photopolymer? Even if it's crooked on the block, you can straighten it out when you stamp. Okay, from our home to yours, that's going to go on the inside. So let me go ahead and put that in. So if you're just joining, welcome. Thank you for being here. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. So fun. It's very quiet outside. There's not much movement in this cold weather. I can tell you that. Okay, that's done. And now I want to go ahead and finish stamping on this piece. So now we're going to switch to Evening Evergreen. And we're going to use that smaller leaf. And let me find it. Here it is. Make sure that red will stain your stamp, but as long as you're cleaning it, it won't show through. Okay, it's just the nature of the beast with red ink or dark pinks or purples. Okay, I'm going to do right. It's like, okay, where do I put this? Okay, let's try this. Okay, so there are 2 leaves. And then we are going to die cut these berries. And for some reason I have misplaced my ribbon, but it's no problem. Okay, let's get the mini boss in here. And I need to get my dies. So let's open this up. These are beautiful dies. Oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. I need to make something with just the dies and without having to stamp with those leaves. Okay, so cutting plate, the berries. Let's see if you can see. And I'm going to position this and then use a piece of Post-it tape. I had one of my team members ask the other day about using tape, and she tried one kind and it was ripping her cardstock up when she pulled it off. So the Post-it tape, in which I had to order mine from Amazon, that has seemed to work really well. Okay, here we go. Move that out of the way. So now we have this. Okay, so also we are going to need some ribbon, and I'm going to go ahead and since the ribbon I cut for this project has escaped, I'm just going to tie a pretty little bow. And you'll get, if you get the project kit, you'll get the ribbon that you can tie yourself and use it however you wish. All right. And then that is going to go here. And then I'm going to use dimensionals on those berries. But I want to put my layers together first. Trash. Hey, Carol from Connecticut. Thanks for joining me. Kathy, I was wondering if you were going to make the trash. Y'all know the Chex Mix and the nuts and all of that? We call it, what, Texas trash? My sister-in-law's making it today. Her mom used to make it every holiday. Well, winter holiday, huh, Kathy? Maybe for sure for Christmas. And we loved it. Oh, gosh, I ate so much of that stuff. Okay, so I've got that on a piece of 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 evening evergreen. Okay. Hi, Lori. Is it a little chilly up there? I was wondering about what your temperature was. Okay, so now we have that. Now, just give you a little tip here. I wanted some shine on this, okay? So I had some gold foil, so I cut 2 pieces at 1/2 by 4. Now let me tell you something. This is a way to get more out of your cardstock. So your foil comes in 12 by 12 sheets, right? So if you cut it at 4 inches, you're going to get 3 out of 1/2 inch strip. If you cut it the length of this 4 1/4, you're only going to get 2 to go there. Okay, so you get more for your more bang for your buck there if you just use a 4-inch strip. Okay, if you're going to make several, that will really come in handy. And when I place a shorter strip on the side of a piece of cardstock, I just center it and it's still beautiful. Oh, first snow coming Wednesday. Okay, girl. Yeah. All right, I'm going to just be really careful with this glue and not go all the way to the bottom because the strip is not that long. Spread it out a little bit. Just kind of drag it with your glue tip. And then take this where you're looking at it, okay, and position it, centering it top to bottom. And I've got about 1/4 of an inch sticking out, okay? Oh, Pam, yeah, it's a favorite for sure. Okay, let me turn it over and do this one. Again, sparingly, because glue on foil is not, it's hard to remove. Let's just put it that way. And I've had some boo-boos with the foil. Okay, I've got my glue there. I'm going to spread it out a little more. Turn this over. Center it top to bottom and about the same showing from the other side. Okay, I've got the glue on it, so I've got to go with it. Okay, so see? Sparkly or shining. All right. So now, where's my card base? Here it is. And see how you can just see around. It's just like a full background. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't that show up so pretty with that red, those red leaves in the background? Okay. So now, and this is so easy to make, y'all. So if you don't have the dies for the berries, you know, you could cut some more yellow, red circles, or use red rhinestones, or use a different stamp set altogether. This layout will work for a lot, okay? So now, here we go with this. I want the ribbon here. I'm going to try to cover up this, okay? That's just floating out there in space. Let's get a glue dot. These new, the way the glue dots are, I had so many packs of the old glue dots where the dots were on the outside of the roll, not the inside of the roll. I'm going to come down a little bit here, and then this is going to go here. See? Just love it. Nope, I like them like this. So let me get some dimensionals. And I think I can use regular, not the minis on this, because these berries are a nice size. So here we go. Let's see how many we can get on here. I think 3. All right. So let's position that right there. And see how it goes over onto the gold foil so it really stands out. And then to finish it off, you can use whatever gems that you have. But I'm using these gold swirls that go with the fitting florets. And as far as I know, these babies are still available. So they're really pretty for Christmas. Okay, there is the second card. What you think? I bet you try that one, huh? I love that those little strips of gold foil on the side. Okay, let me try to clean up my mess here. I should have posted, I took a picture yesterday of my desk after I was creating for hours because I had to get a bunch done, and it was horrendous. Oh my goodness. And it's like, do y'all create, and then when you back up and look at it after you're finished, thank you, ladies. You look at it and you think, oh my goodness, what have I done? And it's just like a mess. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I am going to see what I need for the next project. I have all the other stuff here on the desk. Let's see. This next one is a simple gift card holder, a matchbook gift card holder. I've made a matchbook in the past, and this one's a little bigger. And so I thought I'm going to try that. So let me show you. Here it is. And it's got, this is my business card, but a gift card would fit in there. Okay. And then it just tucks in here. Super cute and easy, y'all. Okay, let's make it. Okay. So I've got a piece of thick basic white, 3 1/8 by 8 5/8. Thank you, Karen. And I'm going to score that at those measurements listed there. 3 3/8, 3 3/4, 7 3/4. So let's try that. Okay. So let's check my measurements here. 3 1/8, and then 8 5/8. Yes. So now let's score. 3 3/8. So here's 3, here's 2/8, here's 3/8. 3 3/4. Let's go for that right here. And 7 3/4. Let's pull this over. Okay, so now we can move the trimmer out of the way, and let's fold on these score lines. So you've got these two little scores at the top that are close together that make like the matchbook top, okay, like that. So I need to burnish on this score line. Okay, see, there's the base of it. Yeah, Karen, they're so cute. I did this with mystery stamping with my team for our team meeting on Sunday. And so what I do is I give them the measurements, and then I don't tell them what we're making. I tell them what they need. And then it's like, well, you know, they're looking, what is this? And anyway, I'm going to have to post their projects because they did a great job coming up with their own, not knowing what they were going to make. Super cute. Okay, so next, what I want to do is normally for a gift card holder, you might see it attached or adhered underneath the sides here, okay? But for this one, you want the adhesive right here close to that score line, okay? So I'm using tear and tape. Let's see, let me tear that little piece off there. And you could use Stampin' Seal Plus. I just find with placement for this and not having to let it dry that the tear and tape works better, okay? And so let's do this and get our, oh, no. Before you do that, let's put the ribbon on, okay? So I have a piece of ribbon here. Haven't cut it yet. But I want to tie this around here. You can do it. You can stick it down and then tie the ribbon, but it's just easier to do it before. So I'm going to cut off a piece and I'm just going to tie a knot. So pretty ribbon. This is that combo with the real red and the garden green. Okay, so tie it a little tighter, Lisa. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be there, and then I'm going to just give this a little trim. Okay, and then you can take the adhesive, the tear and tape paper off. Okay, and then press it down. Now the ribbon doesn't really get pressed down too much under that adhesive, and I'm going to show you how I can keep it in place if you have trouble with it. So I'm going to get a glue dot and put it underneath the knot. Okay, and that'll hold it steady. But you see how you've got this little pocket right here? That's where it goes in, okay? Okay. See that? It's cute, huh? Okay, and then we have a piece of DSP. Gosh, I hope I have all my pieces here. 2 3/4 by 2 1/2. And that's going to go here, okay? The wide part goes here. And yes, you have quite a bit of white down here at the bottom. So let's go ahead and put this on, and then we'll start building up because we we're almost finished. It just depends on how much you want to embellish it. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, I have a piece of a scrap for sentiment. Now, I'm using Christmas wishes, okay? And for this, if you're putting a sentiment, you don't want it wider than 2.5 inches, okay? You could also stamp a cute little image and color it and put it on the front. You can do whatever you want here. I'm just going to use this Christmas wishes with that label, okay? So let me get my, this is basic white. I have Christmas wishes and real red ink. Goodness, I've been going a while, huh? All right, let's ink this up. I'm making a mess. Red, and it's always the red that I just get everywhere. Okay, let's stamp this. Hope it's clear. Yep. And then we're going to get the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and pull it into the picture. Let's get the glue out of the way. Get our Christmas wishes and this label die that's included in the Leaves of Holly bundle. I'm going to put a little piece of Post-it tape right there. Oh, good, Karen. Yes. And you know, and it's good for like kids too. Staples are great for projects like this, and you could staple the bottom, but I always think, oh, is a little one going to get a hold of it? All right. Okay, let's get this. I'm going to put my label up before I lose it. And there is our sentiment. So I wanted to jazz it up a little bit. So what I did is I cut 2 of these little sprigs that are in the kit. And I think there are 3 of them. See, like this. Let me show you. Okay. And I want to just adhere them back here. These look like deer antlers to me on that. I thought I need to kind of spread them out, you know, and I probably could have used 3 and you would know it's not deer antlers, but you could use these for deer antlers on a project if you needed to. Okay, so I'm going to use a glue dot for each one of these just because it's neater and I don't have to wait for the glue to dry and it's not going to show. So I'm just putting that there, coming over here, and let's put that one like that. Let's see, where's the next glue dot? There's one. Press it on, pull it off. Okay, then that's going to go like that. See, that's cute. Even if it does look like reindeer antlers. Yeah, Karen, I know. It's like, whew, you got to be careful. I mean, and even an adult could, if they didn't know the staple was on there. Okay, so there's that. Kind of center it. And then I'm using red rhinestones. You could use the plain rhinestones or and color them with a Stampin' Blends. But I'm just going to do this. And I'm putting 3 like it's berries, okay? So use whatever you have for the gems here. couple. Look, they came off together. Okay, so there it is. Here is, see, and this is like this is about the same size as a gift card, a business card, and it just tucks in there. See? And then this is the closure. Isn't that great? You got to make some. Okay, let's look at all of our projects. All right, there are our 3 projects for today. Remember that with an order over $35, I'll send you the kits for these 3 cards. And it won't have the stamped images. And if you don't have this Leaves of Holly, you could use the idea and the layers to create your own using what you have. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for being here. It's supposed to get really cold. Look at me with my cabinet open. And we are traveling to Texas on Thursday, but I should have a premiere on YouTube Thursday night ready for you. But at that time, I will be in Fort Worth, or God willing. Okay, so prayers for safe travels for us, and praying for you all to have a safe and wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Hope to talk to you before that. Now, next week is Thanksgiving week, and I may not do a live because I'll be with my family and we'll be doing all the preparations. So I may pop in and say hello. It may be a quick one. So, but you know, that's family time. So I'm going to take that, and but I'll post it. And if you're, be sure you're on my email list. Go to inkinspirations.com and fill out the little box so that you get all the notice of everything. Okay. Don't forget the sale ends Friday, and the offer for these project kits ends Friday as well. So y'all have a great day. Have fun crafting, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.